like the added latency of an online bracket.
I agree.
I think that like almost every character can at least play the game offline. And like I think that I mean characters that are Wi-Fi characters I think can like a lot of people can just interpret that as just like it's just another way of saying they're ineffective. Like
Okay.
yeah. And they're maybe only effective when other characters who have more useful tools have those tools taken away from them or weakened because of the extra latency.
Is your definition of a Wi-Fi character the kind that can take you to 110 mostly off of bacon strips?
No, I
Because
call that a good one.
that's what happened to Toasted right now. That's why some people say Game & Watch is a Wi-Fi character, but he was also doing amazing stuff offline. So
yeah,
I don't know. I just think there's a little bit of a debate to be had there. You know,
everything that just happened there, you can Bears on the 28th, you can have that happen to you as well.
For sure, my friends. Definitely can't wait to see what Game & Watch annihilates all the players at that tournament. As the Game & Watch on screen already annihilating Rews right here. First stock going to Toasted.
Who's the most like relevant Game & Watch in Tri-State? I feel like there is one, but I'm missing.
In Tri-State, that would be the artist formerly known as Gons in the YouTube man, but that's also not even true anymore. It's also not even true anymore because, like, as far as I know, he doesn't play Game & Watch anymore. I'm pretty sure he's y'all aren't ready for Gons once offline comes around. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I'm still gonna say Gons because I love Gons. Gons, if you're watching, my heart's with you.
But anyway, Toasted
also
up here.
follow me on Twitter.
160% at this front. Still living at very high percent. As a damn Game & Watch. This character is bottom 10 in terms of his weight, and you're fighting against a wolf right now. This is a character that, no pun intended, the big bad wolf can, like, pretty much blow on you with this percent, and you will die. Game & Watch is a piece of paper. But right now, you see Rews. Ugh. I like that. I mean, he was mainly going for stuff like grabs and didn't get too many meaty hitboxes, but he did finally catch Toasted, overextending a little bit in the neutral with the dash attack on shield. Wolf will definitely be able to punish that with that up smash for sure. And then immediately even the game out, despite already 4 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock with just a couple of wolf hits. Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a matchup. Oh my god, that was some stanky looking DI.
Now, to continue the Little Red, or no, not Little Red Riding, the Three Little Pigs metaphor, Rews is huffing and puffing as hard as he possibly can, but that Game & Watch up smash is a brick house. It is, you are not going to huff and puff that house down.
No, that definitely made a brick. It's got that Campbell's chicken noodle invincibility on deck. Up smash, not going to do it here, though. Yeah, like those hammerhead up smashes, I mean, one of the differences between, like, Game & Watches and a character like, say, Mario's is that Mario's is actually intangible, while Game & Watches is invincible on the other end. There is a difference between that. Intangibility means your hit will go through the move, and invincibility means the move will make contact with the other move that can test it, but will beat it out completely because it is invincible. That is the difference between invincibility and intangibility right there. And apparently, Rews, or should I say, Toasted, not knowing the difference between a reflector and a shine, basically, using that to make his way back down to a move that is actually, funny, the move that actually is blowing. Literally, like, blowing, funny enough.
Right? Yeah.
Considering all that. Now, I certainly hope Toasted isn't the, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Oh my god, I was gonna say.
Whoa.
What I was going to say was I hope Toasted is not the kind of Game & Watch who changes colors based on the background, because there is a specific player in the Syndicate crew that Don Pedrino is in charge of, like we were talking about before, who tried to do that to me once. Switch to the white Game & Watch on Battlefield and right to the black one on stages with dark backgrounds. I see you on that front. But beautiful stuff on there. Toasted, no, I should say Rews, catching Game & Watch off guard right there. I feel like Rews was playing a little more defensive in that matchup than I necessarily expected. I feel like Wolf is the kind of character who actually has like the kind of hitboxes that can test with a lot of Game & Watch's shenanigans. But for the most part, Rews was mainly punishing Game & Watch off of bad approaches, except towards that last down smash right there. That was just raw. That was crazy.
Rews was also like playing not just defensive, but playing on the back foot. Like even from the beginning of that game, when taking like over 100% just off of like one edge guard and then like trying to regain stage control. And so if you can avoid early situations like that, then these games might even look even more one-sided than we ended up seeing in game number 1.
And I definitely like Toasted going back to Final Destination here as well, recognizing that it had to do with his gameplay rather than the stage. I always respect that in players, and I always respect like when you know crazy confirms like that. You saw what Toasted was going for.
Oh yeah.
I like the FD pick though, on top of everything else. Here, yeah, like, Wolf will be able to land a little easier on the stage. Both their landings won't be as linear because of the platforms and because of the lack of platforms. I mean. The lack of options on platforms is another thing as well that can make getting off them a little difficult. So whenever you land on them, definitely have to deal with, like, up air pressure from both of these characters. Here, though, Game & Watch.
Oh, my.
Ooh. Wow, good up smash. Good up smash.
Super up smash Brothers Ultimate. And Toasted coming out there on top. Toasted is feeling pretty good about coming out, having a stock lead right now, because there have been about 3 situations on that first stock where Toasted had the absolute right idea, but just barely mistimed them. Each one of them, I think, could have gotten either a large amount of stage control or a KO. Some of them were like mistimed confirms, mistimed letting go of charge attack, charge up smash too early. So little things like that may end up being the difference as Rews finds their first KO with another up smash. It really is Super Up Smash Brothers Ultimate here.
Yeah, you said it, my friend. I mean, you saw like how he actually got that up smash. I mean, Toasted was charging his, and Rews just decided to charge his after the fact. And because of the low hurtbox shift, and because of the way that Wolf like sort of crouches when he does that, he literally just crouched underneath Toasted's up smash, and his hit instead. Before the invincibility hitbox of Toasted's up smash came out instead. That was crazy stuff, but it's not going to stop him from getting these patented bread and butter Game & Watch edge guards instead. Back air, of course. You mentioned it a couple of sets ago. Wolf off the level can be pretty exploitable if he's not careful. You get him far enough off stage without a jump and he'll just die. Or if you get Game & Watch, or any character on the matter, by the ledge, he'll just two-frame you instead. Big Bad Wolf blowing the house down here. My God. Slowly but surely evening this game up.
If you can do that against Pac-Man side B, that's one thing. If you can do that, I don't care how good the hitboxes are. If you can do that online against Game & Watch up B, you're legit. I'm convinced. Rews is the real deal here. And that's good because it's keeping the stock lead even. And winning the damage race here on the final stock.
Yeah, I feel like Toasted would want to go to a stage like this so he like could up B a little bit more like freely because he'll be able to land easier on a stage like FD. But you saw the way that
through the neutral B, yeah,
you saw the way that Toasted intercepted that back air earlier off of the up B recovery on the part of Rews.
That was the right idea. But just barely mistimed. Barely mistimed on the up smash. I believe that would have worked, but the down air setting up for that final KO. He gets the down air. He gets the missed tech. Game & Watch jab lock combos are something I don't think I'm used to seeing because it's so often the down smash that leads into the forward smash. But Toasted able to find the equalizing hit there, able to just sneak that down air in there through the up smash, find the jab lock, find the forward smash, execute on that confirm, and even up the set at 1-1.
Hey, it's a missed tech. Jabbing is the optimal thing right there. Like you said, down smash wouldn't have worked for that kind of situation. So good on Toasted for just knowing, for just recognizing that was the situation and stealing the game away from Rews right there. I was gonna say, I really do like FD as the pick, like in this set, and I understand why they're both going to it. Toasted in the favor though. I want to say, like, he can use this stage to up B a little bit more freely because, like, no platforms to really, like, make his landing a little bit more linear. But then every time he tries to up B, like, on that stage from actual recovery, Rews was there to beat him to the punch every time. On the left side of the stage, we saw him get that two-frame with the down smash. During the end of that third stock, we saw him intercept a Game & Watch up B. That move has crazy frames of invincibility on startup with a Wolf back air, where he was going to be instead. Rews is doing such a good job just adapting with this Wolf. Because, I mean, what we saw from the Wolf before is that he was firing so many pot shots against, against Komar like he played before because he just didn't want to play the game against the Pac-Man, recognizing that he could just shut down the neutral with that instead. And the way that he's using it on these flat stages as well is that he's B-reversing a lot of these lasers, not to just keep the pressure on Game & Watch while ensuring that he won't be able to bucket them. I am loving the adaptation from Rews right now, and I think last game, despite how up he was for seemingly most of it, he just got caught in a couple of bad spots like that jab block we were talking about. So I'm anxious to see what what he thinks Small Battlefield is going to do for him here.
Well, it's going to allow him to keep up smashing. That's one thing. You mentioned the use of the lasers, and I wouldn't necessarily call it an adaptation so much as it's like the game plan going in. Because the one thing, if I'm Wolf in this matchup, I want to be able to use lasers, but I'm very, very careful about how I use lasers because Game & Watch up close with bucket, that is a death sentence. That move with 3 Wolf lasers, I was commentating with Turtle Hands earlier this week, who is Game & Watch, absolutely a Game & Watch master. And I shudder to think at how early Game & Watch bucket will kill with 3 Wolf lasers. We could be looking at like kills at 40 or under. And so the way that Rews is using this laser, he's using it in ways that are unlikely to get bucketed. Because you see, you get maybe 1. They will eat 1, but maybe 2 or 3, and you're looking at a really, really scary kill move for your opponent. And as Turtle Hands would say, you give that to them. That is an option that you take for your opponent.
Yeah, it's just funny because as you said that, you saw.
I know, yeah.
I know.
Well,
I know
gave
you
him plenty of time.
You mixed it into your speech. It's fine. I noticed everything. Don't worry about it. I'm just saying it's funny is all because for the most part he was using it in those kind of ways. Except now it's pretty clear that Toasted is actually catching on to it. You see him like even when like the laser's not coming, you see him whipping out the bucket a lot more than he was doing before. So ducking under it right there with the dash attack and still not connecting with it. So yeah, you know that he's just even if he's able to like bucket them or not as the up smash takes the stock, even if Toasted is able to bucket them or not, that is still going to condition Rews to stop firing the lasers as much. Or just should I would say that if he didn't even give him another free one right there. Rews, my friend, you gotta be careful because that is the great equalizer in that bucket. I was gonna say that even if he is able to like bucket them or not, him whipping out the bucket at the very least is going to condition the Wolf to stop doing that. And as a result, he's going to have to change up his game plan a little bit more to fight Game & Watch up close in the CQC. And if you don't whip out the right moves at the right time, Game & Watch has some pretty crazy invincible up everything pretty much to negate a lot of your options from above. So if you're going to fall down with that neutral air like you've been doing a lot in these past sets, you better time it right, Rews.
And you see, Toasted is really going for a lot more of these buckets because I think Toasted recognizes that right now, even with it not charged up, that bucket is one of their strongest one of their strongest win conditions here. Even now, just barely living, you find another bucket and you only have to do there's not a whole lot of damage you have to do on your opponent's last stock in order to get the job done.
Trying to keep the pressure on with these forward airs. Utilizing a full hop one to make sure he had enough time to whip out a second bomb, but the Charlie Brown, it's good, ladies and gentlemen. Kick up to the top last zone. 2-1 right now in the favor of Rews. I love that second game. He did not let Toasted intimidate him like Toasted wanted to with those buckets. He did not let that get to him at all throughout that set. He's saying, all right, I can't laser as much. I'll fight you up close with these nairs a little bit more and catch you with the same move that I've been catching you with this whole set with that up smash. Low profiling a lot of Game & Watch's options. Which in itself, if you have a move that can low profile Game & Watch's stuff, you're playing a pretty good character. That's all I'll say.
And it's impressive too because this is Rews had to wait a little bit for this set, and they went from you have to figure a pretty different matchup against against Komar in winter semis. To a whole different beast here again in Toasted, and so your game it is a best of 5 nonetheless. It's a best of 5 to be sure, but you don't want to be playing from behind here. So Rews' plan coming into this set has been really good, and it's been really good at keeping Rews ahead in this set against Toasted. And now as we return to Final Destination. I'm really interested to see what adaptations Toasted makes here. Is Toasted going to go for more buckets early and trying to trying to treat it a little more like Wario, where you make your opponent play with 2.5 stocks.
Not so sure, my friend. I mean, it's a pretty... I mean, Rews clearly, like, knows something pretty significant. I think he likes this stage because he can land a little bit better against Game & Watch. He has room to just bounce around, utilizing the good mobility of Wolf on top of everything else. That on top of the powerful hitboxes he has can actually beat Game & Watch up close in the CQC. Other than that, Game & Watch has a lot of the same, benefits on a stage like this that I feel like Wolf does in terms of maneuverability and landings at a disadvantage. But that's not a good landing out of any type of advantage. Right there, directly into Game & Watch's up smash with a back air instead of a neutral air. And that was at the point where even if he decided to land with a nair, I think Game & Watch's up smash would have beat it right there. It was actually, it was active at that point. He whipped it out like early enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
And well, I talked in game number 2 about Toasted mistiming some of those things. If you have those timings down, this set's gonna get a whole lot harder for Rews, especially if those up smashes aren't connecting, because Game & Watch has punishes.
Yeah, that he does. I mean, I think if you ask me, I think Rews is.
There's another one. There's another
faulty.
whipped up smash. This is a lot of free damage here for Toasted. Oh, and another. Okay, Toasted really winning the up smash fight here, up 2 full stocks. We may just get a game 5 here in Nintunis.
Yeah, Rews just tried to do the same thing that he's been doing to Toasted all set, and Toasted just suddenly decided that's not going to work anymore.
Okay, so we got adaptations for the adaptations for the adaptations.
Yeah, it's triple mind games, dude. Crazy stuff coming out here right now. It makes sense. I mean, I feel like that's how Rews has been getting most of his kills, and I honestly think that Toasted is starting to pick up on that, and he's spacing his smash attacks a little bit differently to make sure he won't lose that close-up fight with the up smashes. We have seen multiple times throughout this set, Rews' up smash go underneath Toasted's, and his just beating it out instead before the invincibility is out. We saw with that up smash killing on the second stock for Rews, we saw that kill and actually negate Rews's because Toasted spaced it a little better. And he wasn't even facing like the reverse way like you would for that kind of headbutt up smash. He was facing forward. So you know that he's got that spacing on point, and you see him using up smash a lot more to try to catch Rews's landings with the way that he's bouncing around. I gotta agree with you. And the way that Toasted is playing and with the way this game seems to be going, it's looking like we're going to game 5.
Okay. Was that 3 up smashes?
I think so.
There was at least 2.
It was definitely at least 2. Whether
Yeah.
it was a third, I'm not completely sure. I'm pretty sure it was 3, if I'm being completely honest. We
Yeah.
don't got those instant replays on deck. But hey, even 2, we know it was 2, and that's already a lot. So, yeah, that's already 66.7% of the stocks taken.
And not only was up smash the reason that Rews was losing stocks, it was also the reason Rews wasn't taking stocks, because the up smashes from Rews were just straight up not connecting that game. There was one where up smash, spot dodge bait, up smash again. That was I think that was maybe the only up smash that Rews connected on, when it has been the primary kill option in this set for him. So for Rews, they're either going to need to find openings for these up smashes, or they're going to need to find a different option, because just going for the up smash is just handing damage to his opponent. And that is not going to get the job done. Here in game number 5, loser's life's on the line here.
We return to the stage for the second time in this set. We return to a stage that was played on it once before. Ain't got no Dave's stupid rule here. We are running it back to these levels.
Suck it, Dave.
Suck it, Dave. That's my name. Rews.
That's my name too. Oh,
I actually didn't know that. That's
Super
like,
Dave Brothers Ultimate.
Oh, dude, Super Dave Brothers Ultimate. I'm so down for
Let's
that.
go.
All right, we'll talk about the Dave Brothers Ultimate medal later. Right now, we got Rews counterpicking the small battlefield once again. This time, it was so ballsy of him on the first time to not ban Final Destination in order for Toasted to go back there. Because obviously we saw how that worked out for him, especially with the way Toasted was adapting in that second game, as we talked about with the up smashes. Now though, it's gonna be interesting, because I feel like both of these players, the win condition is gonna be how they're punishing each other out of disadvantage. Like whoever gets the other one up in the air first is going to win. because both these players are
Yeah.
going to annihilate each other with those up smashes, because that's how both of them have been taking each of each other's stocks, with up smashes, both of them respectively for each character. Except now we got the platforms on deck this time around, so we're going to see a little bit of sharking instead. So, I like Rews taking him here, because Wolf's up smash is 100% going to go through those platforms. Game & Watches,
Yes.
though, not too sure about that.
Yeah. I mean, we may have the opportunity to find out, but as of now, Rews has been kind of changing up the game plan here. There's been not so much reliance on the up smash and a lot more just like honest Wolf well, I mean honest for Wolf, but like a lot more of the like tried and true standard Wolf neutral that we've seen. Getting the first KO with the up air and getting a lot of damage with the down throw, dash attack, things like that. Like we said before, Wolf has a really reliable first 80% of damage, and Rews, I think, is returning to that and then just making it work with some of the other moves. There's another aerial KO, things that we haven't seen, and now Toasted on the back foot here. Loser stock has to find an answer. May start here with an edge guard.
How is Rews so good at intercepting Game & Watch's up B? It's Game & Watch's up B.
I don't know.
He's not hitting him at the startup frames, obviously. Like, he's never throwing out a hitbox at that portion of it, as pretty much any intelligent Ultimate player should know not to do, of course. Oh my god, he parried the up smash. That is the wild move. That is a wild move to go for a parry on, my friend.
Yeah.
Especially since it's even a little difficult to punish out of parry, so not even really
not
worth it
yeah.
always in that regard.
Because it's Game & Watch. It's like like the animations give you no clues whatsoever when it's coming. Nice 2-frame there with the forward tilt. And now we have a last stock game. Maybe not for long though. That back air is huge. It's a lot of early damage, and it takes away any control that Toasted might be able to find from the Angel platform invincibility.
Honestly, my friend, this is looking a little bit scary for Toasted right here. Rews has got to be careful up here on the level. I mean, we did see how his set ended against Kolmar. He side beat straight off the level as a missed input, so...
You hope that's not going through Rews' head here. I love the attempt. You have to love the attempt there.
Oh, no. If I was Rews, I'd definitely not like that. All right, one more up smash to do it here. Probably going to be a back throw. Not going to kill Game & Watch. He wasn't close enough to the blast zone and also did not have enough rage. Throwing out a couple lasers because he didn't have the bucket on deck and the forward tilt going to do it. Good stuff to Rews, keeping his composure right there. Never overextending off of the level and just playing a very solid neutral to make sure he stayed on the stage.